Good morning. I'm here this morning to review with you the exam schedule for this fall 2018 at Batesburg-Leesville High School. We will be beginning exams next week on Monday with English 1 writing exams during English 1 classes, beginning with our third block English 1 classes. This will be for all English 1 classes. These are the classes that are taught by Miss Hartley and Miss Baxley for English 1. That's primarily our ninth grade students. So those will be happening on Monday, December the 17th. We will also be on Tuesday be having our first block and third block end of course exams. And I know sometimes there's some confusion between a regular exam and an end of course exam. An end of course exam is an exam given by the State Department of Education here in South Carolina in the subject areas of English 1, Algebra 1, Biology 1, and U.S. History. So if you are taking one of those classes, the score that you receive on your state-administered end-of-course exam will count for 20% of your final grade in that class. So these tests are tests that have much more kind of strict requirements for giving the test. We have set testing windows, set times, and set regulations such as not having our cell phones during testing or our personal belongings located at our seat. Those are the types of tests where we have monitors in the hallway and those test tickets to be able to log in. And those tests are given on your Chromebook. So it'll be really important that you have your Chromebook charged and your Chromebook with you on the day of the test. It's not one of those things where you're like, oh, I forgot my Chromebook, I don't have to take the test. We will make sure that the computer is available for you and that you do take the test. So please just go ahead and bring the Chromebook that you have, the Chromebook that you're familiar with, and take that test, and it will count for 20% of your grade. So first block end of course test, again, that's English 1, Algebra 1, Biology 1, and U.S. History, will begin at 8:05 on Tuesday, 12/18. Then we will have a shortened second block, so you can see the schedule on your screen. So we extended first block so that you can have plenty of time for testing. Shortened second block. Halftime will be regular time on Tuesday. Then at 12:15, we'll begin with third block EOCs, and then we'll shorten fourth block just a little bit so we have extra time in third block. Similarly, Wednesday, we'll be running on the same time schedule, but our day will begin with second block. So that's one thing I've noted up here at the top. Please note when classes will meet and make arrangements. If you have an employer such as late arrival or early release, you must attend class. You will not be excused from class due to outside obligations. That's why I'm telling you this plenty enough time in advance. Please let employers know if you do work, kind of a little earlier, and that you're normally released at 2:15 or so, that you let your employers know that your schedule is a little different due to exams. So we will end our day with first block on Wednesday, beginning our day with second block. So it'll just go second, third, halftime, fourth, first. So please take note of this. A link to this schedule is available on your Google Classroom as well as on the Batesburg-Leesville High School website. So that will take care of our end of course exams, English 1, Algebra 1, Biology 1, and U.S. History. And then following that, on Thursday and Friday, we will have our regular class exams. That would be all other classes. Everything from our career classes to our PEs to our, classes that don't have an end of course, like maybe Algebra 2 or English 3, any of those classes that don't have an end of course will have their exams on Thursday, 12:20, and Friday, 12:21. We will also have a little bit of an adjusted schedule on those days so that you have extra time in your exam block. So please do take note of what time each day your different classes will occur. And again, you are responsible for being in class at the correct time and taking those exams. If you are exempt from an exam and you decide that you're still going to come to school for that block, you are required to report to that classroom. So even if it is a class that you've exempted, if you choose to come, you are to report to class. And then what you do in that class will be between you and your teacher for that. On Friday, we'll have first and second block exams, and then that will be a half day. So we'll release halftime for lunch, and then y'all will be free to go. So a little bit of questions on exemptions and other information. End of course classes do not give exams during the regular class times. That would be 12:20 and 12:21 on Thursday and Friday. So you are exempt from that exam period. So for instance, if you have Algebra 1 first block and you took your end of course, then on Friday during first block, you would be exempt from the first block exam. If you have a second block, then you are, you should still be in second block and you should be taking that second block exam. If you choose to come to school during first block, then you would be required to report to that block and work with that teacher. So again, if you choose to come in during that day, you may not just be here unsupervised. You are to report to your regular class block. And we do have a senior exemption policy outside of our end of course exam classes. And that policy is listed in the student handbook on page 17. And that needs to be submitted by the end of this week, working with your teacher to get that turned in. And the requirements for that are listed here on the page. If you have any questions, you can, of course, talk with your teachers. They've gone through all this with me and they can go through it with you as well. And then I will also be available if needed. My email is eroberts@lex3.org. That's eroberts@lex3.org. I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. Thank you so much and have a great day.